What's the most out-of-touch piece of life advice a boomer has given you? Because apparently their wisdom expired, but they kept the warranty claim. Call the hiring manager every single day. Twice a day if you need to. That's how you show dedication. I was in a work-study program where the final evaluation determined if you'd get hired. Professionalism mattered. But my boomer parents stood over me like a supervisor as I made those calls. The result? I wasn't seen as persistent. I was seen as unprofessional. My score tanked, I was blacklisted, and banned from ever contacting the company again. Everyone else in the class got hired. I was the only one who didn't. Because I followed advice that never belonged in the real world. Violence is never the answer. Said by the same people who used it as their answer whenever they felt justified. Nothing teaches hypocrisy faster than being punished by someone claiming punishment solves nothing. My mom said cursive disappeared because of smartphones. She meant texting, but it landed like classic boomer logic. The truth? Computers made typing the new standard. Schools teach keyboarding, not handwriting scripts from the 1950s. We learned cursive in 3rd grade, and it became useless almost immediately. I was bullied in high school for being gay. The bullies faced no consequences. They were just boys being boys. But when I avoided them to protect myself, I got suspended. The principal accused me of being off with older men, an accusation serious enough that if he actually believed it, he should have called the police. He didn't, because it wasn't about safety. It was about obedience. I never even left campus. I hid in a fire escape corridor because it was the only place I didn't feel hunted. I'm a certified software development product manager. My mom genuinely believed I should ask my sketchy cousin for a job at the construction company he works for. Project managers are project managers, right? Meanwhile, I wasn't unemployed. I had just ended a contract and already secured the next one. But between jobs fit her narrative better. During teacher training, I learned that difficult students often have medical or emotional reasons behind their behavior. The advice I received from a boomer? Find out what matters most to them. Take it away. They'll fall in line. Control was their version of connection. Work harder. Go back to school. Buy a house. Save $500 a month. When I was your age, their world had cheap homes, pensions, and single-income households with stay-at-home parents. Ours doesn't. But saying that out loud becomes a lecture about how we're disrespectful. Print out a resume, walk into the building, hand it to the manager, shake their hand, and you're hired. Maybe that worked in 1984. In 2024, I'd be escorted out by security before the handshake. I got lectured about coping skills by a former nurse who hasn't practiced since the early 90s and lost her license in a scandal. Someone who can't work in the field anymore still believes she knows how modern workplaces function. Advice frozen in time is useless in the present. My dad said any bachelor's degree, even one in basket weaving, guarantees a good paying job. Then he was confused when I couldn't magically use my degree like a skeleton key to a career. Turns out the major actually matters. Work hard, become indispensable, and the company will treat you like family. I trained others, did overtime, problem solved, helped leadership, stayed positive, and still got laid off like a number. Companies aren't families. Families don't send you home with a severance packet. People just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Said by people who bought houses for the price of used cars and raised children on one income. History changed. They didn't. Pay your rent 2 months ahead. Sure, and I'll just eat air while I'm at it. Advice that ignores survival isn't advice. It's noise. Applying for digital art jobs requires a portfolio website. No portfolio equals application in the trash. I was stressing, building mine under a deadline, and my boomer mom told me to upload art I made in high school. There's outdated. Then there's delusional. My boomer stepdad asked if I could get him a remote job by next week, something simple like data entry. No talking, pays enough to live alone. He doesn't have a diploma. He's never worked a tax-paying job. And he thinks he's competing with 30-year-olds with degrees and experience. He has no concept of the labor market he wants to enter. Maya Mail claims her childhood experience of discrimination gives her the right to be discriminatory now. She hates everything made in China, yet fills her house with Temu deliveries. Hypocrisy shouldn't be a personality trait. My parents paid $17,000 for their house. Renovating it cost the same. My house cost more than 15 times that, even after adjusting for inflation. Their era isn't ours. Their math doesn't translate. Put the baby in the crib and close the door. Don't go back until morning. They'll figure it out. My baby was 3 weeks old. No newborn figures it out. There's a difference between resilience and abandonment. My dad said kids aren't expensive. He thinks that because he left when we were young, saw us for 1 month a year, and paid the bare minimum. Meanwhile, I struggled, worked through school, clawed my way up, and outgrew him. His absence cost more than money ever could. My success was built on spite. If you start a business, name it something starting with AA so it's first in the yellow pages. Yellow pages. In the era of search engines and SEO. The world changed. Not everyone came with it.